In this video, I will give you a portion of my best promoting systems to assist your business with definitely standing out. This will be staggeringly important to you since regardless of whether you have the best item or on the other hand the best assistants or the best business on the planet, it simply doesn't make any difference, on the off chance that you can't get somebody to mind enough to initially focus. So how about we get your business some more consideration now? Hello folks, Adam here. It's been an insane year. Hello. So much, I don't have the foggiest idea, frenzy going on, it's difficult to try and understand what's going on with everything any longer. You have individuals here shouting at you. Furthermore, you have individuals around there shouting at them. Furthermore, you have individuals way around there. Furthermore, some around there as well, concealing inside with the covers over their head, only trusting that this all will be finished. In any case, as befuddling and as screwed up as things might seem, by all accounts, to be, one thing has become all the more clear. Furthermore, more incredibly clear than it at any point has been. What's more, that isn't anything occurs without consideration. What's more, everybody and their canine is battling for your client's consideration at the present time, and that implies that everybody and their canine is your rival at the present time. Furthermore, the best way to win is to stand up, stick out, get seen and definitely stand out. So how about we assist you with doing that at this point? To start with, the basics and afterward the provocative strategies, deceives or hacks or on the other hand anything you desire to call them. Fundamentally, very much like your mom generally told you, eat your vegetables first, then, at that point, you get dessert. So we should begin for certain veggies. The primary thing that you really want to do to certainly stand out enough to be noticed is to grasp perhaps of the main key what's more, standards with regards to showcasing system. What's more, that is specialization. Actually, is that in the present hyper-serious and truly immersed world, particularly with regards to business and showcasing, indeed, you can't be everything to all individuals. You need to practice. You need to center. This implies truly zeroing in and truly practicing on either a specific region, or a specific item, or on the other hand a specific help, or even a specific market, or on the other hand portion of the market, which we will discuss in only a moment. Being a handyman or a generalist is simply not the method for succeeding since there's an excessive amount of commotion in the commercial center. Furthermore, there's no genuine sort of significant worth or not a glaringly obvious explanation for someone to need to go to you or then again to have the option to suggest you or on the other hand to try and have the craving or the comprehension that you will have the option to help them while you're professing to do these things for this multitude of various individuals. Besides, when you're a generalist or on the other hand you're keeping your deal, you're promoting or on the other hand your message truly wide, all things considered, it normally compels you to sort of widen that message, and that implies you need to dilute it. You must be less unambiguous so you can incorporate these various individuals. Furthermore, actually when you attempt to interest everybody, you wind up engaging nobody. Good. So the following showcasing key that we must discuss is separation. See, separation is basically precisely what it seems like, yet, it's the manner by which are you unique. Furthermore, divergent such that's better. What's more, in a manner that really makes a difference to your market. Be that as it may, how are you not quite the same as your opposition? Or then again unique in relation to other people who are offering a comparative or on the other hand even fairly sort of various thing than what you're advertising? Gracious, that sounds a piece confounding. Allow me to make sense of. Essentially, as I referenced at the absolute starting point, everyone is competing for your client's focus at this moment, and that implies that you have various contenders you must attempt to contend with. You, obviously, have your immediate rivals who are selling something almost identical to you, or on the other hand the very same as you, to the very sort of market that you need to reach. However, you likewise have aberrant contenders, which are individuals who are selling either something else to a similar market or on the other hand something almost identical to an alternate market. So these are regions that you must find, to do a smidgen of digging, what's more, a smidgen of examination into to sort out how you might stick out. Also, truly separate yourself from every other person, who's sort of going after that equivalent consideration. So let me ask you, what is your upper hand? How are you unique? How are you better, and how are you better as it were that really makes a difference to your clients? Additionally, this is a potential for success for you to have for something, to permit your character and your legitimacy to truly come through. What are your image values? What are your, kind of, attributes? What does your image or your business represent? What are a portion of the characteristics that someone would have the option to connect with you on, furthermore to your business on a more private even out? Good. So now that we've discussed specialization, we've discussed separation, now is the right time to discuss another inconceivably significant advertising rule that will assist you with certainly standing out, which is division. The explanation division is a strong showcasing standard is on the grounds that by sort of limiting the attention on what its identity is that you will focus on, who it is that you will concentrate your showcasing, what's more, your business on. All things considered, it permits you to not need to attempt to arrive at everyone, but instead to attempt to contact a couple of select individuals. Furthermore, certainly standing out is a ton simpler of 10 individuals or 100 individuals or 1,000 individuals or then again even 10,000 individuals, than it is to attempt to definitely stand out enough to be noticed of a great many, on the off chance that not billions of individuals, which would be insane and restrictively costly. So with regards to division, what you believe that should do is you need to investigate every one of the various fragments of your objective market that you could serve. Then you need to truly dial in and truly drill down into who it is that would get the most worth from your business, from your image, from your item, from your administration and concentration there. This is the explanation that I love utilizing the 80-20 guideline, or on the other hand Pareto's principle. Basically, the way that 80% of your incomes are logical going to come from only 20% of your clients, or then again from your clients. At the point when you apply this rule to your business, all things considered, it begins to end up being truly self-evident where you will need to zero in on, which is obviously the 20% of individuals that will give you 80% of your business income and benefit. Assuming that you'll permit me to get somewhat more geeky here briefly, I additionally need to discuss another standard brought the 120 north of 20 rule, which was first acquainted with me by Perry Marshall, which essentially expresses that, as a matter of fact, the top 20% of your clients will give you 120% of your income, since the base 20% of your clients will wind up losing you cash. Once more, that is some really progressed level stuff. However, the place of the matter continues as before, which is you truly need to zero in on that top 20% of your clients, and of those optimal individuals who love you, love what you do, are glad to pay you for the genuine worth you give, and furthermore want to tell everybody they know about exactly the way that extraordinary you truly are. Okay, time for our last showcasing standard, before we get to a couple of stunts and a couple of hacks. Also, that is the showcasing guideline known as focus. Basically what fixation says is that whenever you've applied your division, what's more, you've kind of partitioned and truly sorted your various fragments of clients. You've done your 80-20 examination. Furthermore, you've decided your top 20% of clients. Indeed, fixation then, at that point, states that you need to think. You need to concentrate explicitly on those individuals and overlook all the other things. Presently, the degree of which you need to overlook every other person. Clearly I'm not proposing you simply at no point ever converse with any other person in the future. Be that as it may, you would like to begin centering also, fitting your message and your administration conveyance towards that higher class of clients, that top level, top 20%. Truly concentrate, truly twofold down, truly concentrate. Furthermore, simply concentrate all your time endeavors, your time, your cash, your energy, your assets on serving them overall quite well. so you can get a greater amount of them and you can keep them longer, which thusly will likewise assist with expanding your income also. Your benefits. Good. So those things will assist your business with sticking out among the opposition, to stand out, to be heard over the group. Be that as it may, what are a few strategies and a few stunts and a few hacks that you can utilize right now to take those standards also, come by much quicker results? Indeed, old buddy, we should jump into the who, the what, the where, the when, the why also, the how of assembling this all, beginning with the who. The who is about your ideal objective market, or on the other hand ideal client symbol or ICAR, basically generally similar words, a wide range of equivalent words for this equivalent thing, which is who is the individual, who is the market, what portion you're attempting to serve. Your objective here is to attempt to comprehend them better than they even know themselves. Get into their heads, get into their viewpoints, get into their sentiments and attempt to sort out what is inspiring them. What is boosting them? For what reason would they say they are doing the things they do? For what reason would they say they are purchasing the things they purchase? Therefore it's inconceivably significant to converse with your clients. What's more, on the off chance that you don't have clients yet, it means a lot to converse with your planned clients, so you can begin to comprehend what could it be that drives them. Who are they? What makes up their orientation, their age, their pay, their occupation, where they live? What are their qualities, their mentalities, their ways of life? Everything. This is a staggeringly significant thing to do.